So welcome back to Outdoors with the Morgans. It is another picture-perfect fall day today. Somehow, each day is just a little bit better than the day before. It's just been absolutely beautiful. But anyway, we're out in the woods right now, and we're going to take a little time here this afternoon to get some wood out of the woods and get it back to the wood yard. Everything's nice and dry right now. You can kind of go wherever you want. So I just got in the sidekick here. I got the chainsaw. We're going to cut a few trees just the length, and then we'll go get the MX5400 and the grapple and just carry them right back to the wood yard. The mini cabin, you can see it over there, and I've got a few of these cherry trees down, and what happens to some of these, you get this red rot. That's what I call it, red rot, where the bottom of the tree goes bad and then it gets bugs and ants in there, then you get a strong wind and it blows them over. Now this tree's probably junk only up to about this point right here, and it should be solid from here on out. What I'll do, I'll cut these into some 10 or 12 foot lengths and bring the MX5400 out here and carry them right back to the wood yard. But we've got this one here. There's another, that smashed a little maple right there. This smaller stuff and the good stuff that's left in the tops, I can come out anytime, with the side-by-side and cut it up. But while it's nice and dry like this, I want to at least get the bigger logs out. Whoa, almost went down. Yeah, there's another big one right here. Same thing. Like just out of this one, I've got at least 3 12-footers and at least 2 out of that one. right, this one here, I'm not going to cut the length yet. When I bring the tractor out, I'll drag it out there in the open a little bit and then cut it to length. So I'm going to head back and get the tractor with the grapple, and we'll get those other 3 first. We'll just kind of put them over by the trail over there, and we'll pull this one out of here. A lot of wood in this. Alright, I got those 3 out to the trail here. I think I'm just going to run them over to the wood yard while I got a hold of them. Hit a little bit of a mud hole right here. This one spot right here, I don't know why, it's always wet. I don't know if I had a stump there at one time or what, but you always got to watch that one spot there. Yeah, that's a pretty good jag right there. Plus, I don't have anything on the back of the tractor. So I'm going to run these over, and then we'll come back, and I think I can back right in here, hook a chain onto that long one, pull it straight out here. We have a little bit of a tight squeeze going through this section right here. Plus some side hill lean there. So I just pulled this log out and just shut the tractor off. And you probably can't see him with this little camera, but over there about 75 yards right now, there's, I don't know, 7 or 8 turkeys. As soon as I got out of the tractor, they came up from right here, walked out here, and they're headed over that way. They're not real nervous. All right, I think we have some visitors coming. Archie's not sure. Archie? Hey, Arch. Come here. How's it going? Come here. Hey, Piper. Axel. Hey, everyone. So Melissa and the dogs are out for a little stroll. Archie wasn't too sure at first until you call him, and then he's all in.
Oh, yeah.
Piper, come here.
I know who you are, yeah.
Piper.
Come on. Well, we better get back on the main trail.
Yeah.
The trail they know. Come on, guys.
Axel's getting fast.
We came out the trail this morning and we saw turkeys right about here.
Oh, literally, as soon as I pulled this log out,
Yeah.
there's
All right, come on.
several of them came from right over there.
Yeah.
Come here, Arch.
These are the ones. I got them on video. All right. I'll see you later. See how he like leans down for Axel? Like, go ahead, take again. Oh, Piper's getting involved. Woo!
All right, we are taking a break from the wood cutting. A lot of people have been asking about nephew Christian's pumpkin here. That thing's a beast, isn't it?
Yeah.
How much bigger
definitely.
do you think it is from last year's?
About 200 pounds. This one was 650 last year. I think it was 420.
And that is just an estimate, right?
Yeah.
You're using calculations, measuring around it to determine the weight?
Right, yeah, there's a formula. You measure around it, you measure it over it, and then you measure the one end to the other long ways.
Okay.
Yeah, ground to ground.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it looks, I don't know. I saw one on the news the other day. It was like 1,100 pounds or 15. This looks bigger than 650, but I don't know.
I always think the same thing. Like I was just saying, I think at a certain point they just quit changing that much looks-wise.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I think it looks a good bit bigger than last year's, but there's ones that are over 1,000 pounds. I don't think they look that
Yeah, they don't
different.
look much bigger than this. They don't. So, big improvement over last year, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Mostly because of the drip line and, I don't know, I guess just little things. I definitely started fertilizing it earlier and probably added a couple things, but the drip line, I think, made the most difference for sure.
And you had some storm damage to the vines early on,
Yeah, I almost called it quits on them because, yeah, I think it was high winds. Yeah, we had a tornado come through and ripped open the vines. I mean, split it wide open for the first maybe 5 feet of the pumpkin. Just cucumber beetles.
Is that what that is?
I hate them so much. But yeah, it ripped open the vine and it basically had to start the plant over. If you looked at it while the plant was still here, the first 5 feet or so, it looked like it was dead, and then all of a sudden it got real green again. It's like it started over. Like these
Really?
plants are really, really
Like resilient.
yeah, really resilient.
So what happened to the other one?
Yeah, deer started getting in. I kind of called it quits on the fence, keeping up with the fence and weed whacking. So the fence wasn't on, and the deer realized that, I think, after like a month, and they got in. I wasn't even covering the other one because it was just a backup. I was going to shoot it, honestly.
Yeah.
And deer came in and devoured that one in about 2 weeks. About
Really?
420-pound pumpkin, the backup was.
Gone.
And gone in 2 weeks, maybe 4 deer. It was unbelievable. So I just let them have that, the whole garden. They just ate everything.
Yeah.
I had this one strapped down with bungees and that big old tarp next to you. Really strapped it down. And just let them have at it.
I didn't know they'd even mess with it until it was, unless it was like broken apart. What do they do? Kick it and smash it, or what?
You can literally see the like teeth scrape marks out of it. They just start at the top and just take chunks out of it like an apple.
Really?
Yeah, it's really impressive. And this fence, they don't care at all. They tanked half the fence. I mean, the wires were crushed down.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. I hate deer.
So what are you gonna do with it now?
I'm gonna carve a boat out of it.
You're gonna carve a boat out of
yeah,
it.
It's gonna be better than last year's. Last year's was real. It was risky. I barely was able to float. The water was like ready to come up over the edge, and it was late November. So this year will hopefully be better.
Yeah.
Get more than just pictures.
What we'll do, I don't know if it'll be in this video, but I'm gonna leave a camera with Christian. We'll do some time lapse of him carving a boat out of this thing, and we'll include it in an upcoming video. But yeah, I'm anxious to see how this all plays out.
Yeah, I don't know how long
What are you
it'll
gonna do
be.
with all the guts of it? Just leave it here and the deer will come eat it?
I have a wheelbarrow and some storage bins right there. I'm gonna keep filling them up because last year it was way more than a wheelbarrow full.
Yeah.
And wheel them out to the woods probably.
Okay.
It's pretty annoying having deer in the yard every day.
Yeah, if you want to put them up by my stand or something.
Yeah, yeah, right.
That's against the law. I would never do that.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Well, pretty impressive, Christian. You gonna give it another go next year?
Absolutely. Maybe just do one and go all in on the one because this is a lot.
Yeah.
And to have a regular garden on top of it. I don't really know. This is only the second year making a boat, so still experimenting. I just brought a spade, shovel, hammer, handsaw, some hedge clippers, a hoe, and a miniature shovel.
You need like a Sawzall.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The blade's got to be really big to do any damage. I was gonna use a what's the little, similar to a Sawzall, but I don't know if it'd be powerful enough. Like I really got a wrench on it,
Really?
cutting that open. Yeah,
What about a chainsaw?
I thought about that and ruined the blade, right?
Well, it'd be flying everywhere.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, good luck. We will definitely report back and take a bunch of pictures too, and we'll do
Yeah.
some time lapse of it and
And then sail it.
sail it. Get it in and sail it.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, man. Well, good job.
Thank you.
So the cycle time on this split force is around 4 seconds, which is really fast, but it doesn't have a 4-way or 6-way wedge. Cycle time on the Wolfe Ridge is a little slower, however, with a 4 or 6-way wedge. For bulk firewood production, the Wolfe Ridge is going to produce more firewood, and it's going to be random sizes. You're going to have some small stuff, some big stuff. With the split force, I think this would be a good machine for bundle firewood because, like I said, you can control the size of the firewood, and it's also pretty darn convenient being able to just drive it up to your dump trailer or your dump truck and that kind of stuff. It is. A lot of times you don't see what it takes to set up the conveyor in the Wolfe Ridge. It doesn't take that long, but it is time. If you have it set up in one spot and it stays there, doesn't matter one bit. But if you're moving around, obviously it's going to take a little bit of time. So far, here's what I can tell you. The Wolfe Ridge I've had for a couple years now, several years. Fantastic machine. This split force, only used it a couple times. So far, I do think it's a pretty interesting log splitter and has some benefits to it. I think it'll be great for firewood bundles, and it's pretty darn convenient. We'll see how well it holds up, but we're just getting into firewood season now, and I'm looking forward to it. I really am. But right now, I think I'm going to check on nephew Christian. I'll give him a call, see how he's making out, and then I'm going to head out to the mini cabin for the rest of the night till dark. All right, just came down to check on Christian. Looks like you got it all cleaned out.
That's right, I'm ready to sail.
And you got completely in it.
All the way inside and had room.
Tomorrow, I'm going to bring the skid loader down. We'll slide it in a bucket.
Yeah.
Take it over to the pond.
If that goes well enough, maybe go to the Connie.
Go down to the Connie.
Yeah.
You're going to have to get a, you got a paddle and stuff?
Oh, yeah, I have a paddle.
All right.
Absolutely. She's ready.
It still probably weighs a couple 100 pounds, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was really hard to get moved the last year's one after it was all scooped out with 2 guys.
Yeah, I got that big flat bucket on the skid loader. We'll just slide it right in the bucket.
A lot easier.
Take it over you have to get like a bottle and christen it like they do in ships or something. Yeah.
Well, I'm very excited.
All right, stay tuned.